Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Swiss Watch channel. And we do all kind of watches, but this is one of the reasons why I hate Invicta watches. But it's not what you think. It's because we're going to do a little unboxing today, and it's because of this right here that you see on the screen in the background. It's because of the fact that I just can't stop buying these damn things. Some people will say they're garbage. Some people would say they're junk. Well, let's do a little unboxing here. On the screen, a lot of people say there's stores where you can buy these. There's kiosks where you can buy these. And this right here is going to be the Huracan edition. That's what's in the background here. Easy to see. And we'll do a little unboxing just to show you what it is because, again, prices do vary. This is what they call the purple label. Purple label. We'll take it out here in a second. But this is 8040 N movement, Swiss ETA movement. But what can you say? Look in the background. I don't even have that edition on here that you can see on the screen. The purple label is right here. Quite frankly, I wish it was a little bit darker, but it looks a little differently under the lights. You can see here, beautiful, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Let me also know what you think about this conversation that a lot of people have about Invicta watches being garbage. They have thousands of designs, and some people would argue they are too big. Look at this, 53 millimeters. 8040N caliber, Swiss Ronda. Sorry, it wasn't at a Swiss Ronda. So look at the different colors and the dials. Notice the purple in the background for this dial. Notice the red at the top. Notice the date. All right, I don't have it. So just look in the background though. Look at these prices. Some people would say, hey, but do you know they're 25% off right now if you use the coupon? You could get it in certain instances, or you can pay $3.99. But look at this, black, gold, silver gold, blue gold. Not gold as in precious metal gold, but the color. And just think about all of these different designs just for the Huracan. Never mind other design features. So while I'm taking this apart, I'll probably just edit this a little bit. So, so you guys can see what it comes in and looks like. Wrapped up pretty decently. Look at this. Look at that. Beautiful. And that purple is looking darker, deep purple. Very nice with the purple in the dial. Can you see this? I know it's a little off. This is the first video, you guys. We'll make some more because I have a special one for you. The reason why I can't stop buying these, that's what makes it so bad. They're making it so ridiculous. Can't stop buying these. Look at this. The back case says Huracan. Look at that. Purple label, limited edition, which I even completely forgot about. But, you know, what does limited edition mean? 102 out of 300. The model number, in case you want this, is 38346. That you can see there. 38346. And a few other numbers. 200 meters. And a chronograph. Water. We can go 200 meters deep, ladies and gentlemen. In case you don't know what that means. 600. Look at this dial. Beautiful. Multi-directional, but only one direction in reality. Notice the markers that light up. They illuminate all around. Beautiful. Let me know what you guys think about this. Price point, you would never believe it. How about under 200? Because if you go to Invicta stores, which is, as you can see in the background here, this is a place where you can get many different styles of the Huracan. All right, let's go Look here. I always like to search online just to see what they look like. I'm going to take this off screen. I'm trying to get get some things off, you know, like the little tag, which is very interesting. Let me know down below, some of you avid Invicta purchasers. Let me know what you do with the tag afterwards. And if that QR code means anything. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you guys think about if you can buy this Huracan for $179 or $199. Do you think it's worth it? Let me know what you guys think. I want to hear from you, because I know all the guys who are naysayers with regarding Invicta. They sit here and constantly try to bash, and I'm like, how can you bash somebody who's making large watches? And I'll give you a little background. I actually went to Basel World because I was thinking about starting a watch company. And the only reason I was thinking about starting a watch company is because it was just so annoying that the, you know, the Rolex brands, Breitlings and things like that at the time, they were, you know, making these women's watches is what I call them. I never liked these little 38 millimeters, 36 millimeters, 39, you know, all these little, I always called it dainty. So I was going over to have a watch made, watches made from a Swiss manufacturer. And it just so happened, I'm going, and I was going to go to, I can't remember the name of the city. I was going to that city, and I was there during Basel World. And I was like, oh my God, let me go down here and go see what going on. So as I go to Basel World, I run into Invicta. They're there with a booth. Now, I know most watches at that time. Arnold Schwarzenegger had his own watch brand out at the time, and he had these larger ones. And I'm like, now, here we go. And then I come to the Invicta, and they're saying, well, this watch here is, you guys know how the story goes. This watch here is over $1,000, but we'll sell it to you for $550. I'm like, wait, what's this movement? What's going on? What's the materials inside? And they, at the time, they were doing more of the Swiss movements. So that's what I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? There's no way I can compete with these guys. Because my whole point was I was trying to get 45 millimeter from a Swiss manufacturer. They were like, oh, that's about our limit. And I was like, okay, 45 I can live with. 38, no go. So I started trying to design. And like I said, I get to Basel World and I see Arnold had something at the time, and I see Invicta. And now I was in heaven. I was like, holy smokes. And then they just didn't have one design. They just didn't have two designs. They had more than that. And look at the normal clasp that you have, nothing extravagant. And again, notice this is great craftsmanship for something that's under $200. Here on the screen, they're like $399 right now, $379. But Invicta stores is where you get the blowouts. And they use a firm if you need the 4 payments every 2 weeks. And at the same time, what else do you get? It's a reserve. Reserve used to mean a lot with Invicta, right? Better quality build. So an Invicta Reserve is very special. So let me know again down below. I'm not going to keep going about this watch, but I just want to get this channel started. And it's starting off in an interesting way because the title says why I hate Invicta watches. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be people who chime in and say, yes, they hate them, they're cheap, or whatever. But again, buying this watch for under $200, I think that's called a win. Now, more reasons of why I hate Invicta watches. I will show you this right here, which I'll make another video about. But they have these graffiti watches. And so now, from a man's point of view, it's not so much that you're getting these watches. So after you get the first one, you love it. Then you get the second one. And by the way, I do have over 30 of these, maybe even more. But it actually, I'm about to show you something why I have way more than 30. But after you get a few, then you start feeling a little guilty. And you're like, wait a minute, what's going on? Women's graffiti, pink graffiti, We'll talk about this another time. But they have women watches also. Like this right here is like a 43, I believe. I don't remember the millimeters, but this is what I'm talking about. This dainty little thing here is what the other brands, the upper brands used to make was ordinary. 38, 36, 39, whatever. That was ordinary for them and selling for thousands of dollars, which I have no problem with them selling. People buy. But when I then buying watches, now it has to say, wait a minute, I can buy this Graffiti watch, chronograph, for my wife. It's a Bolt Zeus version. Notice the cables on the side. Look at that. Beautiful work, right? Look at this, right? Have to go get it sized today along with the other one. But I've had this for a while. We found it in our storage. I was like, oh, there goes a watch because we're moving. And I said, let me bring this because it's got to get sized. But it also helped out with this unboxing to show you they make women, awesome women watches as well. And unbelievably, this was around $225, $230, somewhere in there. So once again, another reason why the hate is real. And I will actually just scroll around at Invicta watches for you. I didn't realize I have all these pop-ups, but I will scroll around at invictastores.com, and we have collaborations: DC Comics, Disney, Marvel, MLB, NFL, Star Wars. How awesome is that, right? And here's women watches, for instance. So your wife can get involved, and she will love these because they have different sizes. Look, 34 millimeter, 40 millimeter. Some women like larger watches. And for me, 40 millimeter, look at this, 29 millimeter, dainty stuff. I don't like the dainty. I like the man's watch is what I'm calling it. So again, back to the story of Baselworld. After I came across Invicta, then that was no point, because in order to get one watch that somebody might like at 45 millimeters, these guys already are at, there's some watches 55, even 60 millimeters when you start doing the Shaq line. That's right, Shaquille O'Neal line. And so then it was, at the time they didn't have Shaq line, but they still had 55 millimeter Grand, Octane, and all this. So I was like, forget about it. And they had like thousands of different designs per year. Once again, what is there not to love? But you have to call it a little hate, because they're going to keep making you buy more and more of these, because look at all these different designs. This is outrageous. That's women's. Let's go over to the men's, right? A lot of the guys are like, hold on, what do the men's have? And when you see all these, this is just outrageously awesome. Let's go up with best sellers. Those are the least expensive ones. I always go to the high end because less people have these. Now they have all these. Now remember, these are #1 edition. So of course they're going to try and get crazy prices. But let's just move along to look at the different styles. There's something for everybody. They're not all chronographs. As you can see here, there's an open heart automatic. Automatics, sometimes they're Valjoux, sometimes they're the 7750 right here. ETA 7750, which used to be used early on in the 60s and 70s for the higher end watches. And look at this. We're talking race style, Correa, who does, I think they're in Formula 2 for Invicta. But look at all these different styles. Some people would say some of this is gaudy, some of this is ugly. But again, everybody has their own value, their own style, their own design. Look, a little more race, rally race, S1 rallies. They call these like the Herc and the Gladiator series, look similar. But look at all these different designs. And not all of these are going to be Swiss movements. Some assembled in China with Swiss movements. Some are just going to be Swiss and Swiss, but that's even getting more rare. Their older watches was assembled in Switzerland and Swiss movements. Now they have Swiss movements, but they're assembled in China, for instance. Therefore, price points can be a lot lower. The Coalition, the Hydromax, 150. Look at these prices, 150 for a nice watch here. Metal cases, metal bands. Then they have other bands as well, like you see the Superman, and they have what I almost want to call like it's a silicone band, because that's really what it is. But remember, silicone's going to deteriorate over time, just depending on climate and how you keep them. I generally keep all mine in a box, and if it comes with the dive case, because Shop HQ has 6 monthly payments, or used to, and they used to have a payment plan. So Shop HQ, they have basically Invicta shows every week. You can go there, and they have slightly different designs that you can get. But again, I always come back over and check on Invicta stores to see if that design that I saw on TV, because I always want to see it in person, or I want to see it on TV before I actually just grab it, because what you see in a picture doesn't give you the depth or the colors or anything like that, just like the Huracan doesn't actually show how deep purple it is. It looks a lot lighter in the picture. So just keep that in mind. That's why I always want to see it somewhere, whether it's a actual photograph or on video. I look for them before I buy them. And this particular one, I did not look for. What I did was I couldn't find it. Nobody had one showing the Huracan purple. So when I first got it, I thought it was a bit lighter than what I wanted. But as it turns out, it's just deep purple. It's beautiful. And so let me know what you guys think down below. I'm going to end this the very first video on why I hate Invictas, because they make me keep buying, because these watches, you just keep waiting. When they first come out, the secret is when they first come out, they're going to sell. Like this Huracan was probably selling for $5.99 or $4.49, something like that. You wait 6 months or less, because they produce so many watches. The thing is, you'll be able to get it for like $179, $199 in the Invicta stores. In a store, you probably wouldn't be able to get that. Shop HQ, you probably wouldn't be able to get it. But here at Invicta stores, they have specials all the time, every week. Sign up, get your 10 to 15 or 30% off, like they're saying down here below, and it's going to be for special watches. But that just gives you an idea. So again, make your comments down below. I'm pretty sure there's going to be plenty of them, and let me know what you think. And next, hopefully, I will get you back. So subscribe, doesn't cost anything. Like the video, and we'll start talking about a few watches. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk in the next video.